when the Carroll family were at the peak of their prosperity. They were very wealthy plantation owners. Henry Carroll was the 5th wealthiest plantation owner in St. Mary's County, where this plantation was located. It's located in Maryland in the Tidewater Basin area. The formal parlor is where the family did their entertaining. As you came through, you might have noticed that there were oranges on the table. Oranges were a symbol of wealth. So the Carroll family would have had the oranges on display so that when they entertained their friends, everybody could see that they were very wealthy and they could afford to have oranges. There were 6 children who lived here with Henry and Elizabeth Carroll. And Henry Carroll was wealthy enough to afford a living tutor for his children. The 3 older children in the mornings would have been sitting at this table having lessons with their tutor. The younger children might have been playing with the toys that you see on the floor. Henry Carroll would have been working at his desk. He would have been running his plantation. When the lessons were over, they would have cleared the books away and the family would have had their dinner there. That stove is a stove for heating. It's not really a stove for cooking. The meals would have been prepared in the kitchen area, where the stove was actually a big fireplace that we call a hearth. And as you go through the room, you're going to see a green cabinet against the wall, and that's called a pie safe. Someone asked me about the pie safe earlier, because they would have cooked pie in the bake kettle on the fireplace. Who here likes pie? Me too. So you know, when you make a pie, pie has to cool, doesn't it, before you can eat it. So they had a pie safe that had holes in it for ventilation. And there were little bumps over the holes to keep the insects out. But I have to tell you something. I like pie. And the pies would have been safe from the insects, but they would not have been safe from me. I would have snuck in, and I would have gotten a piece of pie. I'm just saying. What questions can I answer for you about Susquehanna? Or about pie?
What was the most common type of pie that you guys made back?
I'm not sure. I think it probably would have been a fruit pie. If I had been making pie, it would have been a rhubarb pie. But I suspect it would have been a fruit pie because they had an orchard. They grew fruit. What other questions do you have?
What was grown on the plantation?
That's a great question. Tobacco was the primary cash crop, but Henry Carroll also speculated in other crops, such as hay and corn and wheat. But tobacco was the main crop here. In the year 1860, are you ready for some statistics? In the year 1860, 20,000 pounds of tobacco were grown here. That's 10 tons of tobacco.